My name is Sandra Poppema from HippoLogic, and today is another sneak preview of my 8-week program, Positive Reinforcement Movement Training for Overweight and Laminitis horses. So if your horse is reluctant to move, if your horse doesn't offer walk or let alone trot or canter, this is the program for you. We will talk about using positive reinforcement to get your horse moving, to help your horse looking forward to training with you using positive reinforcement. We will make a tailored training plan, and we'll also talk a bit about the management of the overweight Laminitis horse and what you can do to enhance his welfare. What is positive reinforcement? In 3 steps, in the last sneak preview, I talked about having clarity. So these are the steps to success. I have developed 6 key lessons for horses. The key lessons for horses are basic behaviors that you can train your horse. And once you have trained those, you can use those behaviors to train more complex behaviors. In the movement training course, I won't go into all the key lessons because I assume you already have taught your horse some clicker training. You have some basic behaviors, but this is just to explain how how my proven system is built and what it looks like. So yeah, it can help you get more clarity. Then there's also 6 key lessons for trainers. And you are a trainer. Everybody who uses clicker training to teaches their horse new behaviors or improve behaviors, you're a trainer in my eyes. So there's 6 keys to success for trainers, and I will explain which they are in this sneak preview. And then I will show you how these will all fit together so that you have a proven success system. So what are the benefits of having a system? You will always know your next step in training. That's the clarity I talked about last time. It's super easy for you to recognize if and where, as a trainer, you are stuck in your training. So then you will just go to that step, and it will make it easy to solve the struggles you have, the challenges you have, and you will know exactly how to overcome them. And in this program, you will hear me say this over and over and over. And then by the end of these 8 weeks, you will know how to trust the process. Trust the process. If you have these steps in order, if you have the key lessons, you will succeed. I can guarantee that. You will get predictable training successes. It's not that you start training and think like, I don't know, maybe we'll get a trot. No. If you follow the system, if you follow the steps, I can guarantee you that your horse will offer trot. And if you take it a step further and use the same system, your horse will offer canter at liberty by choice. So yeah, that's the benefit of having a proven training system. If you have this, it motivates trainers because you know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and what your results will be. So that will be very motivating. When you work according a system and you have that clarity, you bring that clarity to your horse. So your horse will understand it because you know exactly what step you are in the process, how that step will look like, and what the results you are looking for. So it will be easy for your horse to understand what it is that you want. So if this speaks to you, if you think, I could use that, I would love to learn more about this, join the program. So these are the key lessons for horses. We have 6 basic behaviors that act as Lego blocks. If you have 6 different Lego block shapes, you can build anything you want. The same is true for training behaviors. Table manners, That's lesson number 1, safe behaviors about using food and food reinforcers in training, because safety first. Patience. We want to teach a horse to wait for our cues. And patience is a very good default behavior. It's a safe behavior. Your horse will fall back on that specific behavior we will teach, which we call patience. It's a learned behavior. And then we will recognize and can use that as a two-way communication system. Targeting is teaching the horse to touch an object with a specific body part, usually nose targeting, but we can also teach our horses to target with their feet, and then we can call it mat training. That can come in handy if you want to teach your horse and send your horse away from you without chasing him away. You would just simply put a mat at a distance and you will ask your horse to go to the mat, and that's one way of training your horse to move away from you and the treat source. Head lowering, backing are other safe behaviors that will help in so many ways. You don't need all these behaviors to train for movement training. Let's talk about the keys to success for trainers, principles of learning and motivation. If you know how learning takes place, then you can set your horse up for success. If you know what motivates your horse. Overweight horses are usually motivated by food. So that's one example. A training plan, super important. A shaping plan. A shaping plan is a written manual to train a specific behavior. In this course, we will deep dive into shaping plans to train movement and get movement at liberty. Another success key is accountability, because if we get stuck and we're by ourselves, chances are that we give up, we start procrastinating, take our focus off on what we really want, and then go do something else. So having the accountability in this program, you get 8 weeks of accountability. So with the motivating homework, it will motivate you to really train and to step out of the situation you're in and grow bigger and do more and get more results. I will teach you how to use a training journal as a success tool. And the 6th one is emotions, because emotions are always playing a role. If you are motivated, but your horse is frustrated, it doesn't really work. So how can we manage our emotions that are important for learning, but also how can we change our horses' emotions if they are undesired emotions for learning? For instance, if your horse is overly aroused, if he's frustrated, if he opts out, he has that emotion that is not a good foundation for learning. So how can you get him into learning mode? That is why emotions is one of the key lessons for trainers. So I will teach you how to recognize certain emotions and also what to do to influence your horse's emotions as well as your own emotions. So this is how the 6 key lessons for trainers work in the training plan, in the process. You start with the end in mind, then you list all the behaviors that are a part of it, and then you decide what to train first. You'll make a shaping plan based on the principles of learning and motivation, and then you go practice. So in this program, I will give you homework assignments, so it's very clear what to practice. In practicing, you get feedback from your horse. Maybe your horse opts out, maybe he doesn't, maybe he offers trot. Wow, that is good feedback. With that feedback, with accountability, you can keep training, keep going, getting better results, and so on, and keep learning. And with the feedback of your horse, you evaluate your training. The better you learn to evaluate your training in a way that works for you, in a way that's motivating for you, the better decisions that you can make. So once you have evaluated your training session, then you can decide how to adjust your training. And in the background, there's like all kinds of emotions. The heart emotions represent the desired emotions that are really good for learning, and the little lightning bolt represents the frustration and the undesired emotions that inhibit learning. So once you know what to adjust, then maybe you have to make a different decision about what to train first, because you have discovered a challenge. So you have to go and resolve that challenge. Maybe you were planning to go teaching your horse forward movement, but your horse is only focused on your treats. So that way you get feedback from your horse. He's only looking at your treat pouch. He's getting mad, the emotions that he doesn't get the treat when he expects a treat. So you evaluate your training, and then you just, maybe you have to work a little bit more on key lesson table manners so that you can move forward faster in the rest of the process. Make your shaping plan, you practice, you get your evaluation in the feedback of your horse, and accountability is what keeps you going. So this is part of the process. Sometimes you have to adjust just your shaping plan, and then you keep going until you get the desired results. If this is something that speaks to you, if you think, I really love to implement this and learn more about that, then join us Sunday, September 17. We start at 9 a.m. sharp Pacific time, because I'm in Canada, BC, and reserve your spot at clickertraining.ca/Laminitis. Happy horse training. I'm really looking forward to this. It's gonna be awesome. Please join us if this is something that you can use and help enhance the bond with your horse and getting him fit and in shape.